Hi, beautiful. Let's talk about purpose. I'm Molly Mahar. I help women reconnect to themselves, refocus their efforts, and reclaim their lives. I know it is a tall order, but I've been doing this for over 8 years with, at this point, literally hundreds of women. And I am thrilled that you have chosen to join me for this free mini retreat. We called it a retreat because although I cannot offer you spa options and beautiful plates of fruit and yogurt or a glass of champagne, you are carving out these 15 minutes for these 5 days to start some of that reconnection, to retreat into your world, your thoughts, your desires, your dreams for yourself, and have a guide who is very practiced at helping you hit some of those deep places that we might not think about on a daily basis. So we're covering 5 topics in the mini retreat. I have a 10-month program. We cover 10 topics intensely, intimately, in depth, of course with humor and fun and action as well. But today's video is about purpose, and I get that this one feels big. Sometimes we feel like we are always chasing, like, what am I supposed to do? How am I going to make money at it? Like, if I am here to do one thing and I haven't found it, I am a complete fucking failure. Okay. First of all, stop all of that. 1, I don't think your job necessarily is the end-all be-all of your purpose here on earth. I definitely don't think everyone's lucky enough to make money from their true purpose. And I also firmly believe you are not a failure if you haven't, quote unquote, found it yet. I think of purpose as an anchor. It is a way that we naturally are. It is a gift that we naturally bring to the world. And even though you haven't declared it in a beautiful little sentence, you are probably closer to understanding and knowing and honoring and living your purpose than you realize. I'm not promising you're going to have it in that tidy little sentence by the end of this video, but I do think you'll have a different option, a different way of thinking about it that might give you some peace and some understanding and some compassion and some excitement for the ways that this does show up in your life. So we're going to read the essay. I'm going to talk a little bit about my purpose, and I'm going to offer you 3 of my favorite prompts for starting to dive into the idea of purpose. There is a reason you are here. You, in this particular time with your particular gifts, alongside your desires, complete with your aches, are here to participate fully in the world as only you can do. It's not your job to fight against your purpose. It's not your job to kick and scream as your purpose pushes your edges or exposes you to hardship. It's not your job to wish it were different, more serious or more impactful, more altruistic, more valued, or more lucrative. You'll mold it and shape it and express it in the ways that are most fulfilling to you, but your purpose is already running through your veins. You uncover it. You anchor yourself in its guidance. You live it out to the best of your ability. You allow its light, its truth to light your path, but you don't fight it. It's simply your job to claim and live your purpose. You may be here to create safe spaces for others, to tell the truth regardless of the consequences, to bring sunshine to all those around you, to remind the world there is magic in the unknown, to create beauty that reminds others to practice awe, to share the power of self-expression with those who've only known censorship, to show up fully with gratitude in every breath, to celebrate your life authentically and inspire others to do the same. That one's mine. Your life, your purpose, your world, your onlyness. When you get crystal clear on your purpose, you'll be rewarded with more meaning. Decisions cause less stress, worry eases, and keeping the faith gets easier. Because being yourself makes sense. And honey, don't doubt that you have a purpose. Even if it feels cloudy or confusing or unclear right now, you are here for a reason. Let me repeat that. You, in all your beauty and mess and gifts and mistakes and power and fear, are here for a reason. The world needs you to own that fact and claim your purpose. In fact, the world needs you to own that fact and claim your purpose regardless of how it shakes out. You may experience personal gain through your purpose and you may not. You may be celebrated or vilified. You may find a way to provide financially through your purpose, or you may find stability elsewhere. You may resonate with others, or you may be misunderstood. Your purpose doesn't care. Your purpose just wants to be expressed through you in all slices of your life during this time in history with the resources at your fingertips. Your purpose knows it is the lesson you are here to teach the rest of us through how you live your life. Your purpose is expressed in your loving and living, your parenting and your participation, your self-expression and your sacrifice, weaving together each disparate piece of your life with a unified message. Your job to be the conduit, to choose the expression of your onlyness above all else. Your purpose is the anchor to your truth. Your purpose is the path to your fulfillment. Ready to claim it? I love when I read something I wrote and I'm like, ooh, that was good. I think this one is a piece that gets misunderstood. I claimed my purpose way back, 11 or 12 years ago when I was in the midst of my own quarter-life crisis, feeling very disconnected to who I was and what I was supposed to be. And I remember having this straight up thought, like, this is not what I am here to do. Like, I don't know what I am here to do, but this, I was planning corporate events and weddings at a sexy boutique hotel in downtown Seattle. I was like, this is not it. But you know what? I wasn't cutting myself some grace that I now would, right? In retrospect. That, yeah, the expression of that was not the right place for me, but the way that I did my job, it was absolutely still a version of my purpose, because when I put this tidy little sentence on it, to celebrate my life authentically and inspire others to do the same, I was doing that even within these boundaries of this very corporate job. I founded the Fun Committee, whose purpose was to make sure all of us, in all walks of life, from the dishwashers to the, the C-suite, the executives, had a way to bond and communicate outside of work. There were ways I was living that purpose, even in a thing that felt mismatched to my talents. So that's your permission slip. It is not something so far away that you are working towards. It is the way that you already are, how you naturally show up. It is something that weaves a pattern into all places in your life. And yes, you may not be honoring it to the best of your abilities right now, but it is there and it has always been there. Here's the prompts for you. And you can think about this currently, or you can think about this when you were a little girl, right? Themes are there. First one. What gifts do I bring to the world? Talents, strengths, natural abilities, gifts. What gifts do I bring to the world? This could be your humor, your ability to look under the surface. This could be your leadership. It could be your amazing ability to whip up a souffle. It doesn't matter. I want you to list as many as you can think of. What gifts do I bring to this world? Pause me, write. Okay, a different way of basically asking the same question. How do I show up in all slices of my life? In my professional, in my relational, in my emotional, with my girlfriends, with my parents. We're not always the exact same person in all spheres of our life, but there are themes. So instead of the gifts, think of who you are. How do I show up in all slices of my life? Or if you're denying yourself this, how do I wish I was showing up in all slices of my life? Pause. I know some of mine are emotional. I can't escape that even when I had a corporate job. I am joyful. I am ambitious. I'm intelligent. I am a free spirit, right? So how do I show up? Last one. And this one can feel a little like you're not there yet, or maybe it holds a bit more stress, but it's still a really good question to get at purpose, to get at anchor, to get at truth for you. What would I like my life to be an example of? What would I like my life to be an example of? Okay. If you get stuck, there's so many versions. right? If you were leaving a legacy for your daughter or your son, whether they are real or imagined, if someone was looking at your life and they were going to glean one thing, like to love unconditionally, to remain optimistic in the face of hardship, to fill in the blank, to honor Mama Earth. If there's a lesson your life is meant to teach, what you would like your life to be an example of, fill it in. Okay, and like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not sure you're going to nail your sentence, but I think this angle of purpose is a beautiful bridge of self-connection. You can relax into it. You can use it as an anchor. It can help you make some choices. And yeah, if you can dial up a little sentence that feels like your anchor, please do. Share it with me on social media. I'd love to know. I'm very into purpose. And then the obvious next thought, if you are taking this all the way, is how do I honor my purpose in all areas of my life? What does that look like? How does it feel? What choices am I making that allow me to do that? And what choices am I holding myself back from doing that? Purpose and alignment go together, right? When you feel aligned in your life, like you fit, what you say is what you do, your choices reflect your values, it means your purpose is aligned as well. You can honor it in every place of your life. There's going to be different expressions of it. You're going to do that differently, right? To love unconditionally is going to look different in the workplace versus with your own children. To create a safe space is going to be a way you volunteer your time in the community with women who have been abused versus how you create a safe space for your 17-year-old. Okay? Purpose is the anchor, and then there are many different expressions of that. I hope this was useful. If it is, there is a way to share these videos on Facebook. Ask your friends what their purpose is. I would love to know. They would probably love to be prompted. Maybe you can have that deeper level of conversation. And if you literally don't know anybody who would talk about this with you, I want you to seriously consider joining us for Reclamation. It is an amazing community of supported and non-judgmental women who are smart and sassy and ambitious and gathering together for 10 months to have these kind of conversations, to look at these topics that are vitally important to our lives as women and claim their own truths, right? From authenticity to expectations, to body love, to pleasure, to ritual, to creativity, to purpose, to power, to abundance, to courage. There is a space for you to have these conversations, and I invite you to join me. Thanks for watching this video. We have one more tomorrow, and it's one of my very favorites. So stay tuned and check your email.